Okay, well, so many people come to us with all their bottles of hormones and supplements that they're taking. Now, the FDA has no regulatory control over supplements. It can control food and it can control drugs, but it can't control supplements. So there's an article about a year ago in the New York Times pointing out that this dietary supplements is like a $283 billion a year unregulated industry, and you really don't have any way of knowing what's in those bottles. I mean, you hope it has what you say it is, but they put all kinds of things in there just to make you feel good. And so the supplements are tricky to take. And there is no supplement that's going to increase your number of eggs. I mean, they advertise it and they have all kinds of nice sounding names like Fertile Boost or Egg Plus, all kinds of names that make you feel, well, this supplement, this herbal supplement is going to help me have more eggs. But it doesn't. It's all just, it's just a fraud. And speaking of frauds, pardon me, speaking of frauds relating to ovarian reserve, a number of eggs, there's this thing called platelet rich plasma, PRP. And doctors are advertising injecting PRP into the ovary. It's very, very expensive and it's a fraud. It's supposed to increase your number of eggs. It cannot increase your number of eggs. It cannot rejuvenate your ovary. You have a limited number of eggs you were born with. 1,000 of them approximately die every month. And then you eventually run out at age 51. Some women earlier, some women later. But there's nothing you can do because you can't manufacture eggs. There, you have all the eggs in your ovary that you had when you were a fetus, and just you gradually lose them over a lifetime. So I think, are the most prominent researchers on ovarian longevity. And for example, we demonstrated that increased tissue pressure slows the rate of primordial follicle recruitment and therefore increases your ovarian longevity. And we know it's related to rotation of the nuclei in those eggs, and that's what actually makes them dormant and locks them in place so that they don't get recruited and then eventually develop and die. And we think it's probably true in all of your body that myogenic tension from exercise can put pressure on your stem cells, causing nuclear rotation. We know that happens everywhere in your body with stem cells. And so exercise can probably prolong your life, we're guessing, because they create this pressure that causes nuclei to rotate and the stem cells not to evaporate so quickly. But at any rate, that's just sort of a long way of talking about the issue of how we can rejuvenate your eggs. And we studied that a lot. We had all kinds of hopes, but these things don't work. The dietary supplements don't work. DHEA doesn't work. Platelet-rich plasma doesn't work. Don't waste your money on that. It's better to do Mini-IVF. And if you have any eggs whatsoever left, that's your best chance of getting a pregnancy.